What's going on, guys? So today we're talking about BeeTroopers and how to beat them. Artifact Lancia, right? If this deck cannot banish, right? And D-Shifter kind of fits into that mode as well. As an insect gets banished under like a D-Shifter or a D-Fissure, they can't send to the graveyard, obviously. The main choke point for this deck is actually going to have to be Scout Buggy. Now, Scout Buggy is a little bit interesting because they do use Scale Bomber. Let's see if I can find a Scale Bomber here. They do use Scale Bomber to play around like an Ash Blossom or they do use Scale Bomber to play around Ash Blossom. You can't use Scale Bomber though to play around Infinite Impermanence or to play around Effect Veiler. It's Flying Sting, Scale Bomber, the Kakata King, and Goki Pole are the only potential forms of disruption that you're going to run into. That's what this deck is trying to do, and what the new support is going to do is it's going to give it more consistency without having to use Battle Wasps or Insectors or different insect archetypes like that, right? The biggest way to beat bugs is just to make sure that they can't get their engine going. Once they get to Pico and one other insect, they're basically full combo, right? So once you're in that position, your job is going to just simply be to bait out the Flying Sting, to try to bait out the Scale Bomber or the Kakita King, because they're not going to end on everything. Scale Bomber is the heart and soul of the deck, the heartbeat of the deck. Especially if they don't open the Scale Bomber, you gotta Ash Blossom the Scout Buggy, right? If you didn't open any hand traps, you're really just gonna have to try your best, because this is kind of a hard card to out if you don't have it. If you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. Obviously, Access Code Talker, obviously, Borrelsword Dragon. Obviously, those cards both out this card, right? It's not the hardest card to out, but it can be a little weird sometimes attempting to out this card, if that makes sense. But let me know what you guys think. What cards do you guys use to beat BeeTroopers? Let me know in those comments down below. Click that like button, show your support for the channel, subscribe for even more content, but most importantly of all, have a good day.